Hi everyone, this is my yet another Ukrainian news media review. I usually don't like to cover the news about war on eastern Ukraine, but this article is such a bullshit that I just can't go by not telling you what kind of propaganda is presented there. The article's header says, literally, the occupants tend to shell their own positions, to level their weapons, and to check each other's readiness. And later in the article, I quote, "The intelligence reports that on the occupants' front lines there is a rising number of the shelling exchanges to check the neighbors' alertness and to later claim that the shelling was done by the Ukrainian military. Also, the fire exchanges is practiced in order to adjust the accuracy of the weapons. You just can't make up that shit if you're a normal person. It takes a propaganda genius to make it up. Let me ask, would I ever want to shell a position of my own military force? And moreover, I know where they are. They know where I am. So what will happen after I shell them? Correct. They'll shell me. Would anyone there want to fight on two sides against the Ukrainian and their own military? Would they risk to lose an ally in such a dangerous situation, when they might end up in danger, being attacked by the overpowering force of the Ukrainian military, and then suddenly their neighboring ally position soldiers would decide not to help them because, they were shelled by them last night? Okay, enough. The City Council of Kiev is considering a decree to forbid using any other language except Ukrainian in any customer service or trade organization like grocery stores, restaurants, hotels, residential maintenance companies, well, basically everywhere. All commercials and posters should be in Ukrainian, or if they contain a foreign words, transliterated. Well, first of all, I don't recall that any city council has a right to control the language question. And second, isn't that an oppression of other languages? We know exactly that only three languages are present there: Ukrainian, Russian, and English. Mostly Ukrainian and Russian. And I must say, when in 2014 I was in Kiev, the majority of menus in restaurants, commercials, and posters were already in Ukrainian. But the salespeople and waiters were speaking both Ukrainian and Russian, and no one had any problem. To be clear, I don't have any problem with Ukrainian language. I like how it sounds, I speak it perfectly. But such measures are not good for promoting it. It will only cause a backfire because it's how people are made. They don't like when something is being imposed on them. If you just give a country 20 or 30 years, everyone will speak Ukrainian perfectly because, of course, in schools they teach Ukrainian and there will be no any problem. But still, some people will choose to speak Russian, of course, like me. Mostly because parents are speaking Russian. But that's not a problem for country if everyone understands Ukrainian. There are countries with multiple state languages, like Canada, Austria, Belgium, I think. Some countries with regional languages, like Russia or Italy, and there are no problems. In a lot of places I worked in, I had colleagues that were only speaking Ukrainian because they were from a region which with a predominance of a Ukrainian language. But still, we had no problem understanding each other. I was working in the same room with one of them, and I was speaking only Russian and he was speaking only Ukrainian, and still we had a perfect understanding. Had no conflicts on this issue. None of us was forcing another to switch language. He was twice as old as I was, and taught me a lot of things that are still helping me to be who I am. I still often remember him as one of my teachers because he was like a teacher for me, and also a good friend. Unfortunately, he died out of a stroke in 2008. Well, that's all for now. See you next time.